Good morning, all.
Morning.
I'm Bhumika Patel, founder of Guide Runners India, which empowers visually impaired and beyond. A very warm welcome to the Virtual Emergency Support Certification Session 2 of the Batch 3. We've already completed 2 batches with about 100 plus people qualifying, and we did uh, first of its kind virtual run for community on the September 12th with virtual guides and visually impaired who were paired because we grew more and more confident that it is possible through virtual support. And the guides were equipped with all the tools that they needed to support the visually impaired online. And so we continue to support with the COVID-19 related volunteering work. And so as a part of the certification, today we have the very inspirational Miss Meenakshi with us. A little bit about her. She was born with a vision loss after her struggle and after her struggle for 38 long years. She is one of the most joyful and affirmative people you will ever meet, which is only an addition to her already inspiring catalog of designations. And Meenakshi had an element of sensitivity in her basic nature, and therefore was pushed by many in the fraternity to give a shot at teaching. And one of the things that led one thing led to another, and she came out with flying colors in mere 6 months, which introduced her to other related organizations, beginning her work association at National Association for Blind. And she has recently been felicitated by the Tata Trust for her courage and motivation to visually impaired young people. And so she is from NAB Delhi, and we are very happy to welcome Miss Meenakshi. And Meenakshi, ma'am, if you can just put on your video and unmute yourself, and over to you. So we would like to hear from you about how did you, about your journey.
Encryption button on Facebook drop down button. Mute comma. Currently unmuted. Audio settings menu button. Start my video comma. Stop my video comma. Alt plus V.
Yes. Morning, everyone.
Morning, good morning. So yeah, we would like to hear from you about how about those 38 years and what it takes to reach where you are right now.
Absolutely. But to begin, I would actually like to thank you, Bhumika ma'am. I mean, commendable work. In today, it is the community definitely needs a lot of help so that we can come at power and work hand in hand with our counterparts of the society. But at this time, we needed the most. The
Can you?
pandemic definitely has hit everybody in some way or the other, but we always are at we are always at a little back seat. So we definitely need more help than anybody else at any given point of time. So thank you once again to you, your entire team, and of course the volunteers and guides who get associated with you and are willing to help. So
Thank you so much.
again, so
Tell us about
I'm a
your
visually
journey
yeah.
of becoming a program manager with NAB.
Yes. So I was a visually impaired girl since birth. I would not say that because I was in class 5. So somewhere it was such I was such a child that the parents most of the times at till that age do not even realize whether the problem which they are figuring in a child is for real or it is just mischief. बहुत बार ये कह के इग्नोर कर दिया जाता है कि पास से देख रहे हैं मस्ती कर रहे हैं चलो पीछे बैठ के टीवी देखो तब तक ना बच्चे में उतनी सेंसिटिविटी होती है या अवेयरनेस होती है कि वो कह सके कि मुझे पीछे से दिख ही नहीं रहा.
Okay.
So it was in class 5 that my teachers told my parents that you definitely there's something wrong with the child. ये इसको कुछ problem तो है which needs help. Now, that was a time back in the 80s when people didn't even talk about disability as much. Everything was there, but everything was behind the doors. There was enough help available then also, but nobody used to speak about it. in fact, from that age to for a couple of years, my parents took me all around the world, looking for any kind of a treatment which could get my eyesight back. But nobody thought of getting me aids, which would help me live a normal life, a regular life. So hence, because there were no scribes which were available, there was no screen reading software which was available. People used to give me those big magnifying glasses, which I could not take to school all the time to read my books.
Yeah.
So, I could barely, with the little vision I had, I could barely study up to class 12, and that was it of my education. So, in 1996, I finished my class 12, and then there was a time when I thought I would want to do graduation, or I would want to do something which makes me independent. So I chose to do a teacher's training course, a diploma course, which could make me self-reliant at least, because graduation might not have led me anywhere. And the university also, I did not know whether, like school, I would get any help in the university or not. So, but then again, I did my diploma in my nursery teacher's training, but that was it. And then I was home for about 15 years doing nothing. And on just one trip to my sister's house in Indore, a flight steward gives me a menu card in Braille and says, "Ma'am, would you like to order something?" And that
Wow.
is when I realized that, you know, in spite of being a visually impaired, since I was going to a regular school, I was not trained in Braille. So I was actually living my life from nowhere. Being a visually impaired, मेरे को उनका कुछ नहीं पता था, ब्रेल कैसे पढ़ते हैं या वो लोग कैसे काम करते हैं. And I was never counted in the sighted community of the society. So that is when I thought that I will do something for myself. I reached out to NAB and told them that I want to learn Braille. I was 34 then. And thankfully, I mean, with the counseling which they gave me, the first question they asked me was, "Braille पढ़ के आप करोगे क्या?" And I was like, मुझे सिर्फ पढ़ना है. This is what I want to do for myself now. मुझे सिर्फ पढ़ना है. And that was the time when they said कि अगर आपको पढ़ना है तो आपको ब्रेल पढ़ने की क्यों जरूरत है? आपको तो पढ़ के सबके साथ चलने की जरूरत है. That you want to be a part of everyone. So why don't you actually instead adopt to something which gets you on the same page? And that was when I was introduced to the talking softwares, the technology bit of it. It is always said that ICT has come as a revolution in the education system. And yes, it truly has a revolution for the visually impaired also. So that is the only thing which gets us at the same page. Imagine that a visually impaired is sitting next to you in a school, a college, your office.
Now,
And
when you say ICT, can you expand that?
sorry?
Or when you say ICT, what?
That is information and communication technology.
Okay, that, okay.
So,
And so for visually impaired, when was this technology?
So the technology which the
What does
visually impaired use, they
Yeah.
are talking softwares called NVDA and JAWS. So this software helps you use the smart devices, your laptops, the desktops, the same way which the sighted counterparts do. So
Yeah.
basically they will speak, the software reads out and speaks out all your actions for the machine. So I am able to use anything of Microsoft, maybe the Excel, I can create PowerPoints with the help of these softwares. Now, this is what NAB is a little different from any other blind school also. We actually believe that, you know, what a visually impaired needs is equalism in the society. We need to integrate the society and make it one. हमको sympathy नहीं, empathy चाहिए.
So what is it that NAB actually, what does it do
Yes.
and how does it
So
operate in
we
India?
we find out visually impaired from all parts of India. We get them here and integrate them into the mainstream schools of the city. So we do not teach them in a closed environment within our campus. We take them out and make them sit in different schools with the sighted counterparts.
Okay.
Now, the difference between this, the bridge is built by NAB. So we are a resource center. We will provide a visually impaired anything and everything which they require to study with the sighted counterparts. Maybe making accessible books for them, because प्रिंट नहीं पढ़ा जा सकता, पर उसी बुक को कन्वर्ट किया जा सकता है एक ऑडियो फॉर्मेट में, एक ई टेक्स्ट फॉर्मेट में, ताकि जो बुक आप और मैं पढ़ें वो सेम है, ताकि जो क्वेश्चन पेपर आप और मैं सॉल्व करें मार्क्स लाने के लिए वो सेम है, ताकि वो टीचर जो आपको असेस कर रही है वही मुझे भी असेस करेगी. So it is actually a fair competition for all. It is a fair chance given to all.
So what are some of the rehabilitation services NAB is currently providing for visually impaired?
Right. So
anything
again,
related to technology and extra classes and stuff? What
yes.
is it that we're doing?
So again, like all of us know that technology, although it has reached a lot of places, it has still not reached each and every part of our country. So what NAB is doing is that we understand that everybody does not have access to internet as and when they require. Everybody does not have as many smart devices as they require. So what we have started doing instead is making voice messages of lessons and sending them to students. We are recording chapter wise chapter, whatever is happening in schools, and sending to our children so that they can listen to it as and when the machines are available to them. A household having one phone and 4 children now can actually divide timings between the 4 children and give them the phones so that the children can hear the lessons as and when they get it.
So you're saying they need not be on a live session, but they can do it offline?
That is, yes, that is an option which we are working on, because we understand that even in the big cities, many a times you're facing internet issues.
Yeah.
So if we are talking about a student sitting in a village of Bihar, or maybe in the outskirts of our own city, Delhi, Bombay, they cannot have so much data available to them. Plus, all schools are taking online classes, but again, if I have 3 children and I just have one phone, which child will I give the phone to? Schools operate on the same time for all the 3 children. They necessarily don't need to be in the same class that they can join in through one machine. So
on the same line, we have this, some of these visually impaired people going to colleges, students who want access to online syllabus materials, but these students are studying in autonomous colleges. So how do we get the material to these students? Like in what, is it a downloadable link that is there, or
absolutely. So
do we have, if they have their own syllabus?
An online library where every visually impaired can be a part of. We give out lifetime memberships. If the book is already available, we definitely it can be downloaded in any part. And if somebody wants, we can download and send it through whatever ways the visually impaired wants. But
so
just in case the library...
yeah, so some of these autonomous colleges do have their own syllabus.
I agree. So
or do they,
just in case,
do they have to follow a particular percentage of government prescribed syllabus? So how do you manage something?
Right. So again, we have started conversion of books depending on the requests we are getting, on basis of priority which we are receiving. We agree that we are not able to cater to 100% of the requirements, but yes, we definitely try and maximize.
So you take in the request and then you can support them if there is a request like this.
Absolutely, yes. And thankfully, we are getting a lot of volunteers also to help, who are, like, for example, if I get to know that tomorrow there is an exam for some child and he needs just these 2 chapters, So we figure out a volunteer who just does those 2 chapters for that child for a bit, and then maybe sometime else compile the entire book.
Right.
So it is actually right now, everything is just happening on a demand and supply basis, because again, if you know, no matter how much effort everybody together also puts in, it is less, because everybody has their own life also to take care of.
What is the number of volunteers that we are looking at with
My
all the
volunteers are
language?
always less in numbers, because I always say that, you know, they take up an extra responsibility than their own life schedule. If I am taking care of myself only, the volunteer is taking care of himself, plus he's extending help. So the number of volunteers are always short of what the need is.
What is the qualification you look for volunteers when
No
they?
qualification at all, just the zest to help. कुछ ना कुछ काम हर तरीके का जरूर निकल आता है for anybody who wants to extend a help.
Right.
तो कोई इंग्लिश में नहीं रिकॉर्ड कर सकता तो हिंदी में तो कर ही सकता है, कोई मैथ्स नहीं कर सकता तो साइंस तो कर ही सकता है, कोई कंप्यूटर्स नहीं पढ़ा सकता तो बेसिक इंग्लिश ग्रामर तो करा ही सकता है. Likewise, कोई notes लिख के दे सकता है. There were housewives who have started writing projects for visually impaired children, because they say you just have to copy them down. A visually impaired child जो स्कूल जाता है वो आपको कंप्यूटर पे अपना प्रोजेक्ट तो बना के दे सकता है, लेकिन उसको हैंड राइट करने, सिर्फ देख के लिखना है हैंड राइटिंग में, so that they can get internal assessment marks. So housewives, there are a lot of housewives who come out for help, who don't want to go out of their house, but then they're willing to help.
Okay.
So again, I mean, I always say that it is the zest that you want to do anything, you want to extend a hand, and then avenues are, because you can imagine there are about lakhs of students who need, I mean, in a school, when any of you would be going to school, one teacher takes care of about 40 students at a time. Many a times the number goes to 60 also. Yeah. But while dealing with visually impaired, one person can maximum take care of 5 to 7 children at a time.
Okay.
The number can be reduced, but not increased.
Right.
So you can imagine the ratio, like the Delhi hostel, the NAB hostel takes care of 180 boys and girls who are staying with us. Now, if you just do a ratio of 1:7, we need as much staff to train them in various subjects, because they are students of math, science, psychology, history, physics, chemistry. We cannot afford to have as many staff members to take care of the children. And these are children who are just hostlers. You will have as many 100 numbers otherwise also who do not have an NAB hostel to go to.
Tell us about the NAB hostel that is there. You said that children go to the mainstream school. So what is it? What is it that they do when they come back to the hostel, and what are the extra activities that are given?
There are about 24 odd schools of Delhi where these students, different schools where these students are going. Once they are brought back from their respective schools, they have their lunch, and then we have extra classes for them. Now you can call them resource classes, you can call them tuition classes, where they are trained, all their doubts are solved, their homework, the teachers help them do their homework, they prepare for the next day's sessions, they prepare for the upcoming exams. Besides that, they have extracurricular activities, like they play a lot of cricket and football, they learn taekwondo, they do art and craft. Music and dance is a hobby as well as a subject. Music is a subject for visually impaired in most of the schools, a compulsory subject which is given by most of the schools instead of the practical subjects. So these are the extra.
This is all after the school, right?
All this happens after school. Yes. Once they are back from school around 2:30, from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock is they have a schedule. Every child has a schedule on which they work. They have a proper timetable, like any other school, 45 minutes class of one subject. And every subject is given equal time throughout the week. And their extracurricular activities happen over the weekends.
Okay.
Because that is the time when they save time which they do not go to school.
So how does this actual integration with the mainstream school happen? Like it sounds very tough,
For the
if it's
first few
considering
years,
syllabus also is CBSE, SSC, state syllabus, ICSE, the different syllabus, and then they go to mainstream school, then they come back. So how do you integrate them?
so for the initial first few years, like any other child goes to a Montessori school, we keep them in the NAB hostel and prepare them as a pre-integration school. That is our pre-integration department, which takes care of skilling these students first in life skills, so that they can do the basic reading, writing, of course, with the help of devices which the visually impaired use. Like, for example, when you use a pen and paper, a visually impaired would use a stylus to write. When we have braille slates to write. So you guys, for generally parents hold fingers and make a child walk. Here we train them in mobility so that they can walk independently without the help of a sighted person. We train them to walk inside premises. We train them to walk outside on the main roads. We train them to take public transport, because that's the most important bit of life skill which any visually impaired needs to learn. Uh, Again, in NAB, the philosophy we practice is that nothing just remains theoretical. Everything has to have practical knowledge. So the mobility training, to give practical knowledge to it, what we do is that usually in schools and schools, you see that the teacher moves from one class to another, the students remain seated. But here, what we do is we assign classrooms to teachers, and students have to find the correct classroom at the correct time to go to. So this
Oh.
is a practical training of the mobility, which they learn.
So how do they adapt to new locations in case they have to, if it's a familiar location, they can probably figure it out. What about
Again,
you?
the first fight, the biggest fight, is that we give them confidence that they can do it by themselves. Once their mind is trained and they are confident enough that they will be able to do it themselves, everything gets much easier in the first go. But this is true that once we integrate them into the mainstream schools, we definitely hold a few mobility classes in the school itself so that the child gets a little more comfortable. But again, I would not deny the fact that the training which they receive inside the organization, because it has laid the foundation for the child. Like any other child, when the foundation is strong, you can build a nice building on it. So most of the children, many of them actually do not even need to be specially trained in different environments all the time. They adapt to it by themselves, adhering to the skills they have adopted in the initial phases of mobility. Because again, we say that confidence and determination is the key of doing everything. When you realize in yourself that you can do it, you actually can do it. Only
Right.
then.
Yeah.
So,
So
and
what?
of course,
Yeah. Go ahead.
of course, you would have seen a lot of children running marathons too by now.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of them. So we will also trying to do make them do solo run sometime, a solo run, completely blind person doing a solo run using technology and adapting to new routes in training. Like the app will tell you about route which is 3 to 4 routes are fed into the app, and then the app will tell you these are the known obstacles on the route.
So that is what we always say, that, you know, if the foundation, if the child, if a visually impaired is trained enough in technology, then because he knows that he needs it the most, he
Yeah.
adopts to it the quickest and he picks more things than anyone else also.
So at this point, I wanted to also get your view about providing smartphones to visually impaired children. There's a demand considering the pandemic and they are all at home. The needy, especially the needy people, requests are coming from their end about for
See,
smartphones.
I would always say, yeah. So we always say that, smart devices are required by everyone at this stage. But for visually impaired, that's the only one thing which can help them not only today, but throughout their life. They, as it is, are on a backseat. Today, if they do not cope up with whatever is happening, they will be actually lost in the dilemma. Over the time, I'm sure you guys would know that the percentage of visually impaired who are dropping out of the mainstream is decreasing by the day.
Wow,
It
that's
is
good.
because of, it was never at par, but it is decreasing, diminishing by the day. Right now, only 12.5% are being able to cope. So the number is that little.
Okay.
This and smart devices are the only way. It is just not studies which will get affected if they do not have smartphones. It is their entire lifestyle,
Right.
their
So
mobility.
how has NAP
I
been
would,
able to support these requests? Because there's also internet connection involved in this, data storage,
yes,
um,
ma'am.
uh, connectivity issues. So how has NAP
And
supported?
it is just not smartphones and connectivity issues which we are dealing with. Because these children belong to such underprivileged societies that even if we somehow to one person provide a smartphone also, they do not have money enough to recharge it.
Yeah.
So again, we are approaching more and corporate funding for us. The CSR has stopped because everything has been diverted towards the pandemic. And but then whatever little support we are able to gather from private donors and the donations which we are able to gather, we are purchasing smartphones for children, handing them over, and trying to do as much recharges for them also. Although we are not being able to do a very good job, I would say that.
So it
But
is used and
again,
new phone.
used, unused does not matter. A
Yeah.
phone
Okay.
in a working condition is the only requirement
Right.
right now. Because again, we are catering to a society where they cannot do it for themselves for sure. So any kind of a help, any kind, again, I mean, for people who do not have internet availability, we send them these voice recordings. They can download them whenever, howsoever, and keep up to date. We have also we are trying to send some braille books, as many as possible, to as many people as possible, for them to read themselves. Our teachers are calling students and clearing their doubts also. But again, everything happens only when they have these machines.
Right. So other than these smartphones and the online classes, what else is the COVID-19 related volunteering support that you're providing to the visually impaired?
We are providing dry ration to our visually impaired students' families, because we understand that taking care of children for them is not very easy. But we cannot open the hostel right now because of the government guidelines. So how we are actually trying to distribute whatever help in whatever way we can gather, because we are not a business house in ourselves. We cannot do anything. We just have the manpower to work, but we collect from people and distribute it to students. So may it be machines, may it be dry ration, may it be online intervention for our students with multiple disabilities. We are trying to just work as much as we can, and in whatever way they approach us. Like even many students have approached us for cash help for their family. uh, so whatever and howsoever we can support them. is we are trying to do.
From which locations do the children come from? To
Pan
NAP?
India.
Pan
This
India.
is Pan India. Yes.
So can
Because
a student
even in Delhi, we do
transfer?
not give the hostel because they have a place where they can go do the commute from. Our
Okay.
hostel is for students only who are from outside Delhi.
Okay.
Delhi
Yeah.
students only can avail our facilities on a day-to-day basis. So they come in the morning, we send them to school. In the evening, they take the extra classes, and then eventually around 8 o'clock, their parents take them back. So it's a daycare for them.
Okay. Okay.
So otherwise, we cannot. I mean, NAB Delhi is taking care of 300 students on a daily basis. 180 are the hostlers, and rest are day boarders.
Okay.
So,
So
and
can the students be transferred between the different NABs in India across locations?
ma'am, so NAB is working as a big umbrella across India, but all associations, all different branches have their own vision and mission. Like, for example, NAB Delhi is taking care of school students, integrating them into the mainstream society. But NAB Mumbai, NAB, which has a branch in NAB Hoskas also here in Delhi, take care of empowering women. So they train them in vocational skills and get jobs for them. So we are taking care of children up to the age of 18 or 19 when they pass out school. And beyond that, the NAB Mumbai takes care of them. So
Okay.
although we definitely come on the same page if help is required. For example, if a child approaches me and I think that the NAB in Mumbai would be able to help the child better, I would definitely refer him or her there. And likewise. So although we do not work on the same projects, but we definitely work together for the visually impaired.
Okay. So for which board, the state or CBSE, does NAP provide support to these visually impaired
And
children?
CBSE, we are taking care of all CBSE books. Although our library, our technology department is creating books beyond the school level also. We have books for universities. We have books if visually impaired are interested in taking part in government exams. So any book which we get a demand for, we definitely convert into accessible format. The library does not say to conversion of any kind of a book. But yes, we try and integrate students into CBSE board because then for us it is more manageable to provide them with all their needs. Because if we spread our wings everywhere, we might not be able to give everything to the children which they require.
Right. So, okay.
So yeah, I mean, this is again, technology definitely has played a
Yeah.
very important role. People are losing vision at any stage of life. We come across on a daily basis. We come across men and women who are well settled in their life. They have reached their ages of 40s also, and suddenly overnight also they have lost vision. So even they come and approach NAV for technology assistance,
So
where
if somebody comes and yeah, what kind of rehab professionals do you have? And if somebody has a late blindness and they are not able to handle it, how do the rehab people help them? What type of rehabilitation
we are
people are
we
available?
so again we do what we are good at. We train them in mobility and technology, but we also do refer them to the required low vision centers. Or if we think that, because again, NAB would take, the limited resources NAB has, would want to give it to students who are actually disabled. When I say disabled, means they have no cure of the ailment they have. If somebody can medically be treated, they need medical professionals. We can help only those, like we are good at helping only those who cannot be treated medically. because we need to train them in lifestyle issues. We need
What
to
about special children, sorry, the people who
with
are deaf,
multiple
dumb, and blind, all, yeah,
yeah.
different disabilities?
So NAB has section which takes care of students with multiple disabilities. We cannot integrate them into the mainstream schools. So what we do is train them in vocational items. They make handicrafts, they make jewelry, they make chocolates, they make different kinds of, so that they have a skill to themselves. And then whatever products they make, we sell it, and the money raised from that, after taking out the money for the raw material, is given to these children as their earnings. So we have a small section here at NAB who are doing that also. All their intervention, any kind of a therapy which they require, these days is happening online, otherwise happens in our center. But yes, whatever they make is for their own, is what they get. So
Okay, so we also have so many requests coming for jobs, and people have gone out of job with the pandemic, and even in normal times there are requests for jobs with all kinds
yeah.
of special needs in listed in that. So is there any way that is there a special cell for employment?
NAB Delhi has a helpline facility where all the registered visually impaired keep getting information on whatever is happening around. May it be job vacancies, may it be government approaching government exams, may it be any kind of a scholarship plan which is being announced for the visually impaired. So any visually impaired can just register at the helpline, and they start getting messages on whatever requirements they have. They can definitely approach the helpline themselves also, asking for any kind of a help they want. And then it's the helpline's job to forward them to the concerned area.
Okay. So can non-NAB students
Absolutely. The
approach?
helpline is for any visually impaired across Pan India.
Okay, that's
Everybody is
wonderful to
welcome to
know.
join the helpline.
Okay, so
We are
yeah, that's very nice to know. So that will be very helpful when we get the request. So I also
absolutely.
wanted to ask you that can the volunteers from our team reach out to NAB in case there is any requests which come from the visually impaired about education or online
Absolutely, absolutely,
supports
ma'am.
with syllabus?
We'll be actually glad to help in whatever way we can to any
What
visually.
would be the right channel to communicate for that?
Um, you can definitely contact me. info@nabdelhi.in is the email ID. info@nabdelhi.in is the email ID where you can write in, and shortly we can in fact the help I can give you the helpline ID also. That is helpline@nabdelhi.in. Everything is mentioned on our website also, if the volunteers would want to see any of other details.
Okay. That's very nice to know, and very insightful session. So now the forum is open for questions. So you can unmute yourself and ask your question, audience, and you can also type on the chat window if you have a question.
Hello, Meenakshi ma'am, Rupa here. My mostly queries are already been answered by you, but still thing I wanted to know that कि अगर visually impaired is from village, okay,
जी.
so वहाँ पर उसे proper internet connection नहीं मिल पाता है. इवन हम
बिल्कुल.
स्मार्टफोन भी प्रोवाइड करेंगे तो कनेक्टिविटी का इश्यू होगा, तो उसके में हम उसमें क्या कर सकते हैं, लाइक उन्हें कैसे सिलेबस प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज दे आर एट होम एंड टू रिक्वेस्ट आर कमिंग फ्रॉम द विलेज ओनली कि उन्होंने एडमिशन लिया है, नाउ दे आर हैविंग नो क्लू हाउ टू अटेंड द सेशंस, क्लासेस, ऑनलाइन क्लासेस, दे नीड स्मार्टफोन एज वेल, बट व्हाट दे इफ दे हैव नो कनेक्टिविटी.
राइट. So, रूपा, इसी केस में इंटरनेट का तो हम एक्चुअली कुछ नहीं कर सकते. It is beyond the help of anybody of us. सो इसलिए हम बहुत से वॉइस मैसेजेस क्रिएट करते हैं उनके सिलेबस के। उनको बुक्स चाहिए रेडेबल फॉर्मेट में। आप खुद भी एक वॉइस मैसेज, अगर एक चैप्टर को आपने एक ही टाइम पे रीड आउट कर दिया एक सिंपल लैंग्वेज में या डाउट क्लियर करने के लिए और वो भेज दिया, तो उनके पास जब भी इंटरनेट, क्योंकि व्हाट्सएप एक जूम लिंक बहुत ज्यादा डेटा लेता है,
हाँ,
लेकिन व्हाट्सएप उतना डेटा नहीं लेता है कंपैरेटिवली।
okay.
तो और क्योंकि उनके पास वो वॉइस मैसेज उनके पास ही परमानेंटली होगा, तो जब भी उनको अवेलेबल होगा वो उसको डाउनलोड करके अपने पास रख सकते हैं।
Yes.
अगर आपके लिए पॉसिबल है तो आप डाउनलोड करके एक सीडी, मुझे नहीं पता कि आपके स्टूडेंट के पास किस तरीके का डिवाइस है, नहीं तो रिकॉर्डर्स में रिकॉर्ड करके भी उनको फोन की जगह रिकॉर्डर्स दिए जा सकते हैं जिसमें रिकॉर्डेड होते हैं वो और उनके लेसन्स, और वो सुन सकते हैं रेगुलरली।
Okay.
अगर वो ब्रेल की किताबें पढ़ते हैं तो उनको ब्रेल की बुक भेजी जा सकती है।
Okay.
सो अगेन टाइम कंज्यूमिंग है, लेकिन अगर हम उनको फोन करके उनका कोई डाउट क्लियर कर सकते हैं ऑन अ कॉल,
Okay.
तो हम वो कर सकते हैं।
And one thing more, ma'am, the visually impaired have never used a smartphone. So and nobody around them कि कोई उन्हें सिखा सके. Then I mean, how to do that? Means how to guide? If I get a smartphone to give them, then how I will manage to guide them about
अगर
that?
आप स्मार्टफोन खरीदते हैं अपने फ्रेंड के लिए, तो आप स्मार्टफोन में ही उनके जो सेटिंग्स होते हैं उसमें एक टॉकबैक ऑलरेडी इंस्टॉल्ड होता है।
Okay.
आपको सिर्फ उसको स्विच ऑन करना है और एक विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड को देना है, वो खुद भी अपने आप को सेल्फ डिस्क्राइब कर देता है टॉकबैक।
Okay.
अगर उसके बावजूद भी उसको कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है, वो नैब हेल्पलाइन को भी अप्रोच कर सकता है। आप खुद भी नैब हेल्पलाइन को अप्रोच कर सकते हैं अगर आपको कुछ डिटेल्स चाहिए टॉकिंग सॉफ्टवेयर के साथ डील करने के लिए। लेकिन किसी को भी फोन देते टाइम ये प्लीज इंश्योर कीजिए कि सेटिंग्स में टॉकबैक को ऑन करके फिर आप विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड को वो फोन पकड़ाएं, क्योंकि वो कोई भी विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड खुद नहीं कर सकता। So it is just not about purchasing and sending, it is about making it of use to the person.
That's why I asked actually कि वो कैसे manage होगा. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Hi Meenakshi ji, this is Pooja here. So मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि हम लोग ये CD में भी मतलब रिकॉर्ड करके रखते हैं पर्टिकुलर करिकुलम?
CDs, pen drives, hard disks, email, anything. Okay.
एंड अगर मतलब किसी विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड के लिए चाहिए तो हम आपके वहां से NAB से ऑर्डर कर सकते हैं?
Yes, बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं। NAB दिल्ली की जो मेंबरशिप है लाइब्रेरी की, it's 100 rupees for a lifetime. But सिर्फ विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड ही उसका मेंबर बन सकता है।
करेक्ट। तो मतलब हमें गाइड करना पड़ेगा कि वो आपको अप्रोच करें और फिर आपको एड्रेस वगैरह दें?
आप उनकी तरफ से मेंबर बन जाए, मतलब मेंबरशिप ले लीजिए उनके नाम पे। दैट इज ऑल्सो आपको उनका डिसेबिलिटी सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए टू प्रूव दैट यू आर टेकिंग द मेंबरशिप फॉर अ विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड।
ओके,
एंड यू रेडी टू गो।
ओके, थैंक यू। एंड वन मोर क्वेश्चन, आप लोग के यहाँ काउंसलिंग सेंटर्स भी है इनके लिए?
हेल्पलाइन को अप्रोच कर सकते हैं एंड देन वी कैन सी वेयर वी वांट टू रेफर देम टू, डिपेंडिंग ऑन।
अच्छा, डिपेंड्स ऑन एंड एनी एज ग्रुप दैट इज।
Many a times हमारा अपना स्टाफ, क्योंकि हम डे इन डे आउट hundreds of visually impaired के साथ डील करते हैं, हम इनकी हेल्प कर पाते हैं। But then if we figure that it is beyond our means, then we refer them to the required people.
Okay, and any age group, right?
Any age group, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I am Supriya here. I am from Gadchiroli, Maharashtra. So I have a question. In the Gadchiroli context, we have seen that the number of mobile teacher is very less, and so that during this pandemic, it is very impossible for the mobile teachers to reach out to each and every parents and their children. So in that case, can you suggest any kind of mechanism for the mobile teacher and subject heads so that they can easily reach out to their children and parents and for taking follow up from them?
Again, the only way to interact is either calling or sending recorded messages, because everybody is running these days. Everybody has a life to take. They have so many problems of their own that ये एक चीज डेफिनेटली, और स्पेशली एक विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड की एजुकेशन तो हमेशा ही लास्ट प्रायोरिटी रहती है, बिकॉज एनीवेज उनको एक्स्ट्रा पैम्पर करने के नाम पे बहुत ज्यादा it is felt कि कोई बात नहीं, if you don't study but then you should be okay sitting inside the house. So the counseling bit, yes, आपको follow up करने के लिए थोड़ा सा extra push करना पड़ता है, but calling is the only way when internet is not available.
Okay. So I have one more question. हम अगर मतलब आपने बताया कि एमर जो बच्चे होते हैं ना उसको मतलब वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग देते हैं और मतलब वो कोई हैंडीक्राफ्ट वगैरह बनाते हैं, फिर उसको बेचते हैं, जो मनी आते हैं उसमें से आप लोग फिर रॉ मटेरियल खरीदते हैं. मैंने एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में भी काम किया था, उधर भी मैंने थोड़ा सा इसमें प्रॉब्लम पाया था कि जो हैंडीक्राफ्ट मतलब वो लोग अच्छा बनाते हैं ऐसा नहीं है, बट उसके लिए कोई ऐसा मार्केट, प्रॉपर मार्केट नहीं मिल पाता.
बिल्कुल नहीं है. इट इज
आप लोगों का
हमारे पास भी कोई उसका पर्टिकुलर मार्केट नहीं है. वी अप्रोच डिफरेंट कॉर्पोरेट्स, डिफरेंट स्कूल. हम जहाँ पे जैसे हम रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं, अभी जैसे दिवाली का टाइम आ रहा है तो हम लोगों को रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि वो जो भी गिफ्ट्स दे रहे हैं उसके साथ इन बच्चों का बनाया हुआ एज अ मोमेंटो कुछ दे दें, या हम रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि उनके जो दिवाली या डिफरेंट फेस्टिवल पे सेलिब्रेशंस होती हैं वहां पे हमें एक स्टॉल लगाने दें, that somebody wants to buy it. It is actually people buy it only for helping for the cause. We understand कि वो उतना up to scale नहीं होता, but हाँ एक चीज जरूर है कि अब हम भी ये कोशिश करते हैं कि जो स्टूडेंट जो काम सबसे अच्छे से कर सके उससे वही काम ज्यादा कराया जाए, ताकि अल्टीमेटली वो और बेहतर उसी स्किल में होता जाता है, प्लस हम उसको सेल करने की भी पॉसिबिलिटी ज्यादा रखते हैं, तो वो स्टूडेंट का ड्यूअल फायदा हो जाता है.
Okay. So let's see. Thank you.
And plus, of course, since it is coming from a blind school, their prices are usually less than what you find the same thing in the market for. So, but definitely, I agree to the fact कि जो भी खरीदता है वो खरीदता for the cause है.
Okay.
तो अभी ये सब ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल है सेल के लिए?
अब कोई चॉइस रहेगी नहीं ऑनलाइन के सिवाय. So we are working on that now. Yes.
Okay, what are some of the products that they have made there?
They have made necklaces, they have made candles, they have made coasters, they have made vegetable bags, they make chocolates if somebody wants, because chocolates, again, we cannot store them for long. Then they make different kinds of diyas and candles. They make maximum paper bags, paper envelopes. We can definitely share pictures with you.
Okay, that will be very nice.
Sure.
Any more questions?
Hello, Meenakshi ji. This is Madhu from Pune, Maharashtra.
Hi, Madhu.
I'm really feeling proud talking to you, and thanks Guide Runners India and Bhumika giving us this platform to see the other side of the world. I'm really getting overwhelmed listening to your experience and the way you're handling the things, both of you.
It's actually a pleasure to see so many people who are keen to know about us.
Yeah, okay. So quickly, the thing is, we are a society of around 250 people, and of late I have received, I don't know how they got my number and all, but one blind association from Delhi itself has connected with me. So they wanted a large scale order for the products that they are doing, which is similarly in line with what you have explained just now: paper bags, necklace, candles, diyas, and all that. And we are trying to work it out how we can place a bulk order. So on the other side, since the discussion was going on, I just thought I'll put it across. And my question is, how do I volunteer for a subject? Since you have been talking about you have volunteers for some particular subjects like maths, English, or anything. So how do I register for that?
You can just write in to any of the emails and say that you would want to do that, and the respective teacher of that subject will speak to you first, and then associate you with a student, and then you can take it forward. You can take online sessions by clearing doubts for that child or a group of children. You can make notes for them, howsoever it works out.
Yeah, okay, got it. Thank you so much. Thanks.
So we can make a list of the people available for who can do these kind of volunteering for just recording a syllabus or teaching, and we can share it to you, Meenakshi.
Absolutely, yes.
Any more questions? नितिन लेले पुणे से ज्वाइन हुए हैं ना, आपको कोई क्वेश्चन है? नितिन अनम्यूट करेंगे?
I just spoke to him. He said my query is already resolved. I will register for my job updation. Actually, he is looking for the job. So he said that my query is already been answered. So let it be. I don't know why he's not coming.
Okay, so Nitin Lele from Pune, he's a visually impaired, but he has registered himself for the COVID warrior as a COVID warrior. He's took some training in Pune, and he has supported a lot of people in the community. He has a little bit of vision, he can see, but yeah. Thanks, Rupa, for the update. Anyone else? All right, so if we have no questions, then we will close the session. And thank you, Meenakshi, for coming and giving your time. And thanks to NAB
for having us over and hearing about NAB. And thank you for all the help which you guys are extending. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you, audience, for joining today and signing out. See you all next week. There's a quiz which will follow after this. So look out for that mail. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.